Hello, today is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. My name is Daniel Mullany, and behind the camera again we have Nico Greina. And today we are here to film a video source inspection of a Sitek Process Solutions chemical delivery system. Our customer is located here in the United States, and their PO number ends in 208560. And so today we are filming a system, as I mentioned, chemical delivery that is configured with two 55-gallon drums. You can see on our side here that this product is also being sold and shipped with a drum lifter in order to safely remove the drums in and out of the delivery unit. In here we have both of our drums set for the demo here. Right here we have them only filled with DI water because this is just a demo for today. You may also notice that we have the actual down tubes lifted slightly above. When they arrive to our customer site, then the down tube will actually be cut at the bottom in order to fit properly into their drums for the level that they would like. And that's going to be related as well to the set point that they're going to determine for how much chemistry will be used from the drum before we're going to go into a low state and require the user to swap out the drums. And so the purpose of this chemical delivery system is for creating piranha. So we have a sulfuric and a peroxide drum. When creating piranha, you're going to use a larger amount of sulfuric first, and then you're going to slowly add the peroxide to that sulfuric in order to create your piranha mixture. When doing so, you're going to have a spike in temperature that occurs as the mixture is created because it acts exothermically when those two chemistries are mixed together. And so a part of the way that this system is configured is monitoring the temperature of where the chemistries are mixing together to ensure that we don't have an overtemp situation. And so in this circumstance, what we are doing is we are helping our customer replace a manual operation that's currently being done on their wet bench. So as of today, there is a quartz day tank located on the back of this bench, and it is being manually filled by operators, first with sulfuric and then with peroxide. Our objective is to take the operator out of the equation in that circumstance, and so now instead of manually pouring single-gallon bottles into the day tank, we're going to have the ability to come up and initiate a process run on our chemical delivery system and reduce a lot of risk for safety purposes to the operator. On the side of our chemical delivery system over here, we have a mocked up day tank just in a plastic bin here because, as I mentioned, we are only using DI water. And what I can see here is that it has an empty, a low, a full, and an overfull float sensor, as well as an input line from the smaller peroxide and the larger diameter for the sulfuric, as well as a temperature probe. And so that's mimicking the day tank that's already installed at our customer's site on their bench. And so by setting up our chemical delivery unit this way, we're able to now avoid having to interface with their bench directly, but instead just install the safety interlock components onto their quartz day tank and ensure that if there's ever an issue with overfill or temperature, that our system can immediately shut off and prevent any harm from happening to the bench or operators that are next to the bench, which will be located right on the other side of the wall from the chemical delivery system. So that's the situation and application for this tool here. Now, just to walk through some of the features of it, there are a few main features that the system has. First is the ability to roll a drum in and out of the chemical delivery tool. That's an obvious thing that you have to be able to do. And then there are two features that allow you to remove and replace the drum. One is a feature that clears the lines. So the pump's actually going to pump and clear the lines and dump that chemistry out the back down into the housed acid waste neutralization line. And then number two is a priming feature. So you use the first feature to remove the drum, and then after a new one is installed, we're going to prime it so that way the system can be ready to perform the piranha mixing step in the day tank. And then From there, the third pumping feature, the obvious one I just mentioned, is the requirement of actually pumping the chemistry from the drums into the day tank so it can then be used by the bench for their process baths. Okay, other basic details here. We have regulators, a photohelic for monitoring the exhaust. We have dedicated status indicator lights for each side of the bench. Each side is dual contained from the other because obviously you cannot have a spill where there'd be a mixture between these two chemistries. We also then have flow meters in order to determine how much chemistry is being provided to the day tank. We have scales in order to understand and program the system to know how much chemistry is left in the drum before it needs to be replaced. And then, the valves required for the system in addition to the items on the day tank here that I already mentioned. So in the end, a system like this is not overly complicated, but it is important that it is designed properly because when we're dealing with exothermic chemistries like this, it's very important to make sure all of the pumping, safety interlocks, sensing, dual containment is all taken into consideration in order to make for a safe operating system. Okay, so now looking on the front control system here, we have some simple controls in terms of an event log, software version, a page for seeing alarm statuses, and then our first page here is a maintenance page. There's several pages in here that allow you to individually actuate components of the system, and it's within the maintenance pages that we need to follow the procedure to purge out or prime the pump, as I described before, when removing and replacing one of the drums. We then have a configuration page, which has a variety of configurable details here, some being how much weight are we looking for to determine that the drums are empty, what are the delay times between steps, what is our high and low process temperature set point for within the day tank that we're looking at, how long is the flush, the prime, everything else like that is programmed here within our configuration page. And then finally, we have an operation page. This one shows the path and all the valves of the system and allows us to run the tool when we want to actually fill the day tank with sulfuric and peroxide to create the piranha mixture. And so, after all the anticipation, that is where we have arrived. In this case, it's going to be a really short demo because we're just going to do 2 liters of the sulfuric and then 1 liter of the peroxide to just demonstrate the pump in between the two. And so we'll go ahead and get that process started, which is simply by enabling the tool, it already was, and pressing start. And so while it's running, you'll be able to hear some noise in the background, most likely because the pumps are activating right now, and you can see a bouncing back and forth of the regulator. That's because the pumps are functioning and using the CDA that's hooked up in order to dispense. When I come over to our mock day tank, I can also see that the water level is slowly filling in there as the chemistries are entering into the vessel here. Okay, great. And now that we've completed our recipe, we go back into a flashing state and the system would be ready for another run. Another feature that is included in this system is a high and low set point on the day tank. So that way, in the event that you do spike over your set point, it'll wait to cool down beneath the lower set point before then finishing the recipe. You'll be notified that the situation happened, but we want to make sure we still have our proper ratios so long as we didn't go into a harmful overtemp level, just a spike level from the peroxide mixture, the peroxide entering the mixture itself. And so that's a recipe and functionality feature that's also included with the system. So I thank you for taking the time to view our inspection for today. Again, my name is Daniel and this video is filmed for Sitek Process Solutions. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, please take a look at some more videos, whether you're on our YouTube channel or on our website. There's a whole bunch of information and examples of the equipment that we can sell there. Or visit our website at www.sitekprocess.com, where we have all of our product listings, information, and more how-to and instructional videos. But what I'd prefer the most is actually just have a conversation with you. There's so many different applications and circumstances out there when it comes to custom chemical processing equipment like this, and one phone call can often lead down a road that helps us uncover many different ways in which Sitek can help you solve the problems that you may be facing in your fab, or even help you understand something that might not seem like a problem but could be drastically improved by the way that we install some new equipment with the features that I just showed you today. If you'd like to talk to me, my phone number is 916-797-9000, extension 2201. I appreciate your time and hope you have a wonderful day.